Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm France Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up at frenchiestamps.com in the US. Today it's all about the Layered Floral 3D embossing folder. If you can only own one folder, this is one. Well, I like my brick one, but this one is very one that you can create with it and adding very little that it's going to make you a wow card because it's so deep. Here is on color paper, just embossed, nothing else. I got just on white on white, very striking. I got ink on the back of white, but adding color on top, the ink on color cardstock, and so this it's ink on color cardstock and on white. Um, we got just, even if it's a big folder, we can do with just partial, right? Here, that was an easel card. It's very pretty with an easel card to see the bottom, the texture. So you can do very little or more. I got one here with all different adding media texture on it, and not texture, but color on watercolor paper, Stampin Blends, and so on. So I'm going to share a lot with you today. If you look on page 77 of the catalog, the January through April 2024, I thought it was 77. I'm off the page, I bet. Yeah. So 75, sorry, 75 right here. You see how deep it is, the picture? It's like that in real life and even more maybe. And also you can see it on page 65. They got some sample right here. See, just on the color. And here they add color on it. So I'm going to share many ways, I should say, to add color. So let's bring the folder, and let me tell you a little bit about the 3D embossing folder. At most time, or I should say at all time, you should have the inch going first. I understand sometimes you get different direction, but this one here, you can see this flower, it's going down, this one's going sideways, this one it's going up. So really, you don't have to have the folder this way or so on. At all time, I would say put that in. It's a lot easier on your folder. Also, if you put this first in your machine, it can push more the bottom and so on, and then it don't align correctly. And here, it can stress the inch. So better to put this first. So I'm going to share the basic way first with just a regular plain white cardstock. We're going to put it in here, and this one, because it doesn't matter the direction, it doesn't matter if you're straight, you can put it sideways and so on. Okay, I'm just doing sideways because I can't. One of the most important thing though, it's when you put your folder on, it's that you want to make sure that it don't pass the platform. If it passes the platform, it's going to hit the side of the machine and it's going to chew up the folder. See here, I was not paying attention. It's very rough. So you want to put your folder, oops, yeah, and then your number 4. If you don't have this type of cut and emboss machine, just follow the same instruction that you do for a 3D embossing folder, the thick one, okay? So now I'm using the number 4, put it at the top, and again, you want to make sure it don't pass the platform at the bottom. Now we're going to roll on. So now we got just the regular. And I'm going to share with you how to add color with that and so on. Now, if you want to do color, you can do the same thing, okay? Cardstock, it's cardstock. Now, if you want to emboss inside a card like this one here, not having a layer, but just embossing this part here. So this card here, it's finished, but the bottom it's not done. So I'm going to do this one. The inside of the card should face up the logo this way. Now, because this card it's already done, I'm going to put it here, but I won't roll the whole thing. I'm just going to roll partial and then come back. If it would be all done and not done, I would roll the whole thing. could roll the whole thing though. It won't matter. See, as long as you don't line up this edge with this edge, you won't have that finish line. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just roll it. Et voila. Now I went deep on this one. That's good. Less place for me to write. So now you get it on the inside. That's on a 10 card, the long way. Now, if you want to go on the regular cards, like I think that's called a vertical here, or horizontal, that was portrait. Okay, let me fold this straight here. Got a tough time. I don't have no place to fold. Let me find a place here. Okay, now this way you want at the bottom here, and you're going to do the same thing. You're just going to put it here. Now you're going to put here, fold. Here we go. As long as this edge and this don't match, then you won't have that big line when you finish. So you can just roll on, and voila. Now you get the inside of the card without any insert. You can do the insert. You can do the insert this way, or you can do the insert this way. I'm going to do it this way. It seems that's the side that I like, and I'm going to show you why I like the smaller side there. So again, I'm going to roll it through. So that would be like for an insert. So this insert here, all my thank you card, this one, I get that insert, see, at the bottom. Now, let's say you want your card going on this direction. I still use my insert this way. I like it. You can have it at the bottom. I know at one place I did it at the bottom, but this way you can do it one way or the other, okay? Now, this card here, my insert at the bottom, I sponge some yellow at the top. But again, you don't have to add nothing. Okay, so this was all the basic. Now, I'm going to remove this. Now, let's say you want to add ink. The trick to this that I bet you would say, well, I would like to add ink on top of the flowers like this. That's the emboss. It's the raise up. To add flower there, it is one way. It's not my favorite. I'm going to share it. But the easiest way is to add ink in the background. Like this one, it's in the background. This one, it's in the background. This is in the background. This is bubble bat on bubble bat paper. This it was on white, and this is on holly lolly, something like that, the yellow. Okay, so I'm going to move that there. What I liked, oh, one more thing though. Let's show you okay, the circle here. See this? In the top, it's smooth. What I done, I use my circle and just put it at the bottom there. See, put the circle. The same then your insert, but then you use your circle. That way you get a flat part to do your greeting. I done that on this one. I done that on this one. So this way it gives you a place to do your greeting, but then you still have that pretty emboss. So you just do partial, just like the insert. I like the flower right here. Yes, it cuts straight there, but it's still pretty, just that one. Okay, we're gonna add ink. I'm gonna use, I want to use Pretty Peacock. The other one I use Misty. And remember, if you use on a color cardstock, it's going to be darker. If you use on a white, it's going to be lighter, normal, right? The side that you see your Stampin' Up logo, that's the side that you're going to put the ink on. Because if you put it here, that is the back. It's going to become the back. So this is raised, it pushed there. The raised part, it's really that part there that it's pushed. So the back, where it's raised there, that's the back. Okay, so remember that. So that is the background. So I like to add my ink directly with my ink pad. Some people like to use the brayer. I personally like to use my ink pad directly. Number one reason, it's because it's go faster. I'm going to put my paper right here. And the beauty about this folder, it's don't matter which direction it go, because really don't have no direction. So it's a lot easier than one with direction. Now, again, we put the same sandwich and we're going to roll through. We're going to roll through. Now, you can add, oh, go this way. Et voila. If I want, I could add some water to it. I will not add water to this one because I got one more I want to do. And then we will add water, okay? So now we're going to do the same thing. I want you to see the difference between the same color. And we're going to add more ink to it. Now we're going to use Bubble That, the pink one. So now our flower is going to be that pretty pink, and the background in the blue. And it is the same thing. We're going to put our same sandwich and we're going to roll through. Remember to check the side and roll on. Now this time, let's say you want more vivid color. So as long as the Stampin' Up, it's facing the top, open it up. See, this is almost enough color. But if you want to add water, I like my just plain water. I'm almost out here with the mist of Stampin' Up. And the reason why I like the mist, the spritzer, it's because it make a very light mist. Now, see, I'm going to add just a little bit. See, now you can see the ink more. Now, this going to stay there because you don't want that to move. Put that in. Again, your inch first. Some of the color, I feel it's better to add water. Some of it, I'm like, Like this one, I didn't need water, but I wanted to show you, oops, stay straight. I wanted to show you how to add the color, okay? Now we're going to remove this because next one, it's messy a little bit. Et voila. Well, you know what? It's darn beautiful. See how? So here's the difference. That's how, you can add more color. We're going to let this dry. Put that aside right there. Now, let me wipe this. And then we're going to add color with aqua painter and inside the flower. Now, if it would not be a video, I would rinse this underwater, okay? That's how I wash my folder when I do messy thing like this. I rinse it under running water. But now, due to the video, I'm just using my chamois here. Maybe it's going to left some blue, but that's okay. It's just going to add some character. Okay. Now, I'm going to use, I got fresh freesia here. And we're going to add, and I got watercolor paper right here. So I'm going to use an aqua painter to do this one. Here we go. And this one, you're going to put in the groove itself. Here we go. So make sure you get water. Here we go. And you're going to add on your flower. You can add different color. I do not recommend to add different color, and I'm going to show you why. I did it, and I got a very, very yucky, muddy paper. So I just go, you don't have to do every flower. You can do whichever you want. So this, it's like caved in, okay? And here, that's the part that it's go in. So when you tap your ink, so that's the front. Really, when you see Stampin' Up, that's the front of the when you emboss. except if you want the deboss. When we call about deboss, that would be this side here. Okay. And you know what? I can show it to you after I'm done this. We can do ink with the deboss side. I didn't do it, but I done that in the past. So I just keep on adding wherever you want, okay? I just gonna add, and maybe here a bit. Okay, now, like I said, this is don't have no direction, so you can put your paper anyway. I'm just wiping this, squeeze my water. This, the barrel got water in it, okay? My hand look blue. It's because, like I said, I did this video twice. The first one didn't have no voice. I'm gonna put my paper on it. This is watercolor paper, so the texture, it's more texture to it. I'm gonna wipe this here. If you're wondering how you can get this lovely glass mat, all that joins Stampin' Up, my team, you can choose that for free in your starter kit. Just contact me and I'm going to give you all the information. It is no string attached. Now we're going to put that here, put that at the top, and then we're going to roll. And I'm going to go back and forth because we put the water inside the flower here, okay? Et voila. Et voila. So you see, it's not my favorite, like I said. You can add more. Now we talk about adding to deboss. Well, we can do that. Now, we're just going to wipe this here a bit. And let me grab, we're going to grab, I got Island Heather here. This time, we're going to put the ink on the raised part. So really, we're going for the, it's called deboss, okay? We're going to put the ink on this side. So not on the Stampin' Up side like the other cards. Where you get the inch here, you have to really press over there. Here we go. Now we're going to put our paper there. That would be the reverse side. Now we're going to put this and we're going to roll that in. Oops, I need my platform. And make sure you don't pass the side. Let's stay straight here. Here we go. Roll on. And I'm going to come back. Here we go. And now you see the front, it's empty because that is where it's caved in, but that's what make it push. And ooh, you know what? I'm glad I did this. I'm very, very glad I did this. Look how pretty it is on the deboss side. So now you got another way. I will finish this card, absolutely. So this is the caved in, so it's called deboss. Voila, another way. Oh, that is very cool. Okay, now let me share with you different way that you can add color. One little tip that I want to mention too, it's when you cut that, let's say that you decide to switch your size after you emboss it, what you want to do is to have it face down. It make it a lot easier because you know all the raised part, you need a sharp blade and then make sure it's pushed in all the way. So keep your finger there and then put the pressure. Then it won't fray. But if you're not keeping that straight down or pushed down, the blade want to hit where it's like raised up and it want to just fray or rip. So it's better that the emboss, it's face down. Do I have lovely hand? It's all good, right? Okay, now you can use, I'm going to use this for many things here. So you can use with your stamping blends. So I love my stamping blends for the leaves. See, you can use your stamping blend. You can use, and you can use your stamping blend for flowers also. Okay. It's no, see, you can use for your flowers. Now you can, excuse me, you can use a regular marker. It's just a regular marker. The blends, the stamping blend really take its name. It's really smooth. Even if I'm not mixing color, it's going to blend the color easy. Now this is berry, yeah, berry burrs. And this one here, see, it don't like spread. So you have to be more delicate, but it's very doable. Okay, so for me, this would be way too much work to color everything. I think that the folder, it's pretty the way it is. So why adding myself some extra work? But I wanted to share it's possible. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you with the dauber. So the dauber, this is lolly here, I think, right? It is, yes, lemon lolly. Did I say holly lolly? It's lemon lolly. Now I'm going to tap it, and I like to tap it just a little bit. And after I tap, then go very soft, very soft. You can always start on the scrap paper. Oh, I'm sorry, this ding-a-ling-ding there. Uh, see, very softly. Now, that was with dauber. I can show you too with, let's say, I got Island Heather here. And this is Granny Island Heather over here. And so when you start, go very soft. And then you can go more and put more pressure. But the trick to sponging and blending and so on, it's you don't want to put a lot of pressure, especially at the beginning. And then as you go, you can put more pressure. Okay, that was the dauber. Now, if I use my blending brush, I don't want to ink and start right on there because the minute you start on it, you get, see that circle or the shape of this. So I like to tap on a scrap paper or on my glass mat. And again, when you come here, go gentle and soft. And then you can put more pressure as you go. See how pretty that is? Now I'm going to add more. Tap there. And this with the blend where it's raised, it's really going to be more pronounced. Et voila. Can get my ink back from my glass. Et voila. See that? It's the same with the yellow. So I'm going to make sure I don't mix over there. I'm going to make it here. And so you want to go gentle because if you press too hard, you're going to have too much in the background. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that because I done it. See? Very soft. Okay, so now we did the blends, the marker, the dauber. Now, let's say that the one that you emboss, you can add color to this. Even, we add the ink in the background. We can add color. With the blue, I'm just going to go ahead and add the yellow here. And I need a little bit more ink. And I just go softly all here. And especially when the ink is more dark in the background, it makes it a lot easier. So now you see how you can have as much as you want, as little as you want, all is good, right? And see there, I didn't start it on my scrap paper. I get very dark there. Et voila. So now you get the jig of it. So now let me show you all those difference. So you learn how to do the insert for the inside and or with or without an insert, right? So what I told you about that, if you press too hard, say I had some blue, so I try to add more. Um, let's say you want to add some blue in the background, you can. It's just that it's going to add on the flower also because the flower it's raised up. So you have to be very, very careful where you're going to add the back. So this one, maybe I should have had more blue in the back and then I would have had something like this. See, I had it more blue on this one. This one here was just embossed on white and then I did some color like we done with this one over here. You can see I had a lot of color on this one. I almost most tossed this one in the trash and I'm like, I'm gonna keep. Now this one here, like I said, it's my least favorite. The one that I did over here, I spritzed more ink on it, so it was carry all over. Was okay. This one I tried to mix color. Well, see, I got the Mod Podge, so that's why I'm like, no. Um, from this one also, the last one that I did was not too bad. It is, oh, I don't know. Oh, here it is. So this one, see, it's not bad. It's more soft. So this, if I don't like it, we can always spritz more water on it and then let it, run down. But I won't worry about it. Okay, so that was watercolor here on a background. Now this one here, like I said, for me, this is too much work. This was with Stampin' Blend and markers. I did the both on it. I mixed them. So again, the choice is yours. Now, some of my favorite though, it's the ink direct like we did here, like the Debossing, look awesome. This is on color cardstock with, that was pretty peacock ink. And this was, the ink was Pebble Bat on Pebble Pat on Bubble Bat. Woo, that's a lot of mouthful over here. This was white on with bubble. This one was Lolly, and it looked like Night of Navy, but it was Misty Moonlight. Okay, and here's the F circle, whatever the partial emboss. And so you get the insert, you know how to do, just on regular cardstock. And remember, even if it's a full sheet, you can just do parts of it. Remember, if you cut it after you emboss it, face down and put the pressure on the blade and on the top of the cutter. And here's white on white. So you see, you don't have to do much and you got beautiful work. I will have the basic supplies that I use for today, like the brush, the blends, markers, and so on, the spritz bottle, and the folder itself. Right below, you get the direct link. If you like what you see, give me the thumbs up. Also, you can shop 24/7 if you're in the US. I appreciate all of your business. Thank you so much for keeping me going. Till next time, happy stamping, my friend. To add ink directly with the ink pad, so choose the color ink you want. This one, it's Lemon Lolly. Keep your paper that it's already embossed and then keep it straight. If you go sideways, you're going to have lines. So I'm going to tap it directly. You can brush also a bit, see, and then tap. That it's another way to add ink on the surface. Et voila.